Welcome back to another episode, guys. If you don't know what Mental Garage is about, this channel is based on getting an awareness out there for people who struggle with mental health and be able to reduce the stigma behind mental health. If you have been following along, today's the day we're going to lay some paint on the Mazda 3. We've mastered it all up. I'm going to run you through how I paint these cars and painting metallics and blowing out colours and so on. So follow along and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so the car's all masked up, as you can see. Like I have explained in other videos, if you've watched them, if you haven't, I'll just run you through it quickly. This guard here was damaged, we've repaired this guard. I've checked the color's really good, so I'm just going to do a bit of a blow in. So what I'm going to do is with the color, I'm going to blow the color up into that bonnet and then clear coat the rest. I'm not going to go with my color up to the soft edge there, because you will sometimes get a metallic effect underneath the clear coat, which you can see. So I'm going to paint that guard, blow out the bonnet. I'm going to paint this door, quarter panel. And with my colour, I'm just going to spray up to about here with the colour, and then I'm going to just clear coat all the rest of the pillar and just blow in this rear bumper bar. I do have damage on the other side, but I'm just going to show you painting the driver's side of the car. This is the guard that I'm going to be painting, sill panel, front bumper bar. I'm going to do the same on this side, blow in that bonnet and paint that door and paint that door. If you've seen in the other video, I have painted inside the sill panel and inside that door already. I hang my panels, that way I can get the same finish on my panels. As you can see, even the guard, I've laid the guard out like it would be sitting on the car. I don't like laying panels that sit upright, flat, because you do get a different finish in the paint. So I always lay the panels straight up if that's how they sit on the car. Just to quickly run you through what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be waxing greasing all these panels, putting Prepsol on these panels, wiping them all down nice and clean. I have wet the floors down in the workshop just to reduce a bit of the dust, whatever. If I get a little bit in the paint, I'm not really too worried, because I do want to show you guys some polishing as well on this job. So it's not often you hear of a spray painter say that they want to get a bit of dust and stuff in their paint so they can show you how to polish it, but I will do that. So hopefully I do get a little bit of dust or whatever in the paint so I can show you how to polish it out. So yeah, we're going to wax and grease the panel, wipe them all down nice and clean. I'll take you into the mixing room, we'll mix up some colour. We're going to lay down some base coat first. This is a metallic, so we've got to put the colour down first and put the clear coat on after. Alright, so we're in my mixing room. Sorry about the camera angle. I haven't got much room in here to show you guys everything, or have a big working space to be able to do this, but I'll do my best. So here I've got my paint. It's all matched up. I've looked at it, I've checked it over. Make sure you look at your colours, make sure you match them up. That way they do come out really good. You don't want to have different coloured panels on your car or whatever. I do blow out my panels, or I do flick out colour over the next panel and clear coat it. That way the colour does match in good. So we're just going to start off. I've got a paint system here where sorry about the noise in the background. I do have a paint system here where I can scale all my paints. If you don't have a scale, you can use like mixing sticks, and they have scales on there, so you can measure out your paint. What I've got here is I've got a base coat. This is pretty much 1-to-1. So I'll just go into my paint system here, put in how much paint I want to use, so make sure my scale's zeroed out. I'm going to put in my paint, and I'll probably stop around there. So I've got 350 grams of paint, so I'll put in 350, and then it's going to tell me how much reducer I need. So I'll zero out my machine again. I'll grab my reducer, and it says to put in 315 grams of reducer. Alright, so that's all done. What I'm going to do now is get my mixing stick and just stir that all together, make sure it's mixed in nicely. And I'm going to grab a paint strainer. Always strain out your paints when you are spraying. I've got a good spray gun here. Make sure you are using a good spray gun when you are spraying. Cheap spray guns, you won't get the fan to spray out your colours nicely, especially metallics. and you'll see like streakiness and like blotchiness and stuff, especially in metallics and in silver. Especially silver is probably one of the worst metallic colors to spray down. So you have to do drop coats and get your metallic to lay down nicely on your coats, especially on your last dust coat. So I'm just going to mix up that paint now. It's all mixed up nicely. I'm going to put that into my spray gun with the paint strainer. And that's a base coat mixed up, ready to go. So what I've got here is I've got a spray bottle with Prepsol inside and a prep cloth, a blue prep cloth. What I'm going to do is just spray the wax and grease remover, the Prepsol, over the panels and wipe them down. What I like to do as well is once I go over it with, once I do the whole job, wipe over my panels, I'll get rid of this cloth, get a new one and wipe over it again. It is good to get, well, you have to, especially when spray painting, get any bits of dirt or any fingerprint marks, any grease, anything like that off the panel, because you would get little small dots in your paint. So it's always best and recommended to use Prepsol before you start spraying. So here we are in the nice spray suit with my respirator, and before we start painting, we want to use a tack cloth. So what the tack cloth here does is it's actually, it's very sticky, and what we do is we just wipe over the panel before we're ready to start spraying. Just gets any little bits of dust or anything left behind from Prepsoling it, or any materials that actually come off of the cloth that we use to start that we wipe down the Prepsol with. So what I like to do is I just like to open it up. This is a new one that I've just opened up, so I just fold it, bunch it all together sort of things until it fits in my hand, and then I just wipe over my panels with this before we're ready to start spraying. Alright, so we've obviously masked up our job now. We've got the panel all wax and grease removed, Prepsol. We've wiped it all down with the Prepsol and our blue cloth. We've made sure that we haven't got any bits of tape that is lifting, or any bits of tape that's actually sticking over the panel that's going to get overlapped, or it's not going to get covered when we are spraying. So checked all the taping, that's all good. We've Prepsoled it. We've gone over it with a tack rag. I've got my paint in the spray gun ready to start spraying. What I'm going to do is my first coat, I'm just going to go over my repair sections, make sure we get good coverage on the repair sections, and then after that I can start painting into my doors and getting all the colour to lay down nicely, and then get a clear coat on after. Alright, so I've put 2 coats on this. I want to check my coverage. What I have here is it's a light. What it has 3 modes. It's like morning, evening and night. So you can see how it changes a little bit as I go across. So we can have a look at the panel. I can make sure, when it's outside in the sun, I've got good coverage. The primer sections that were primed are covered nicely. So 2 coats usually is pretty good just to cover over some primer sections. So yep, my panel's nice and covered. What I can do now is you can see how these 2 panels were painted previously. So the rear door is darker than the front door. Now I can start painting the side of the car to get the same colour on all these panels so it matches in nicely. So yeah, 2 coats cover all your repair sections, and then you can do a couple of coats over the rest of the car or whatever you're painting. And then the last coat, our 5th coat, would just be a drop coat. Drop coat is pretty much what we do is with the spray gun, we just turn the pressure of our air right down, and we just pretty much just do a very light coat over the panel, and the metallic lays down nicely, and you'll get a nice even finish. So we've done our 4 coats. This coat here, what we're going to do is on the spray gun. You can probably hear how the pressure is really high. What I want to do is turn my pressure down, like that. And I know what sort of pressures I'm running just by ear or the way that I'm spraying, but it's just something you have to be comfortable with to learn. But yeah, I've got my pressure turned down now. What I'm going to do is just spray over all my panels or wherever I'm blending with a really light dust coat, standing back, get the metallic just to lay on the panel nicely. That way it lays down nice and flat. You don't have any blotchiness or streakiness. So turn your pressure down, last coat, stand back from the panel a little bit and just dust the metallic on there, and then it'll be ready for clear coat. Alright, so we've done our painting process. 2 coats I did first off to cover my repair sections, then I've done another 2 coats over all the panels, so it's got 4 coats on there plus a drop coat. Like I said, turn down your pressure, stand back from the panel, really just dust that metallic on the paint. So what I want to do here is I've got my tack cloth again. I'm just going to quickly wipe over my panels because you know, the metallic can sometimes just spray everywhere and it just sits on the paint, sort of like, you know, a bit of dust, whatever. So I'm just going to get my tack cloth. I'm going to quickly wipe over it. This is a new tack cloth. It is very sticky. So sometimes you can actually leave streaks with this, so just be very mindful how you use these. Don't press down them too much. You're really just running along the panel and just picking up any dust or any metallic fallout, whatever, from spraying. So I'm just going to quickly wipe over the panel with this. Then we'll head into the mixing room. I'll mix up some clear coat. I've got some 2-pack high HS high solid clear coat. I'm going to put 2 coats of clear coat on this. It will be plenty enough to do what we're doing. If it was a restoration job where you want to really block down the clear coat, I'd recommend 3 to 4 coats for possibly being better. That way you got a nice build on it, and you have plenty of paint on there to block it down and polish it up. And eventually down the track, if you want to do another polish, then you can do so. So yeah, I'll quickly clean over the panel. We head into the mixing room and mix up some clear coat, and we'll get spraying again. As you can see, this was a brand new tack cloth that I had when I started this job. As you can see how dirty it's gotten from all the metallic I've just picked up from tack ragging the panel. Even on my hand, like I said, the tack cloth is pretty sticky, so wash your hands and get all the residue off your hands before you go any further. So yeah, our panel's all tacked down now. We've done all our painting process of laying the base coat down. We'll get into the mixing room now and mix up our clear coat. Here we have my clear coat. Like I said, it is a 2-pack clear coat. It's a HS, which is a high solid, which means that you get clear build. So we're just going to my system. I'll set it up so I can put my clear coat in. So I'll put about 500 grams of 520 grams of clear coat to start with. If I need more, I can always come back and make up some more. So I put in 520, and then we'll zero that out. Up, which means that we want to put 250 grams of hardener. I am going to be using a fast hardener. That way I can get this job unmasking out the spray booth tomorrow, and I can actually start blocking it back if I wanted to and polishing it up. So I like to use fast hardener because, as the name says, it dries fast. So fast hardener, then we get our reducer. We put 100 grams of reducer in it. Alright, so that's our clear coat all scaled up. Mix it together, make sure we give it a good stir. I have my spray gun all cleaned out from when I was spraying the metallic. So give your spray gun a clean out, make sure it's all nice and clean. That way when you put the clear coat in it, the clear coat's actually not going to have any metallic or any other paint in it. especially where you want to do your blow-ins and stuff like that. You don't want to put paint over sections where you're trying to blow your colour in so it matches in nicely. So give that a good stir. Again, we use our paint strainer and pour it into the cup so it's nice and full. And now we can head into the spray booth and start laying the clear coat down. I did just put my second coat on this side of the car, but I thought I'd turn the camera on and it wasn't on. So what I'll do is I am painting the other side of the car as well, which I haven't showed any videos on. I have showed all the videos of repairing and priming this side of the car. What I'll do is I'll just take you over to the other side. I'll show you my second coat on the other side of the car. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Finally, we got it all painted, and I'll get my lights so we can have a good look. So looking at it, we definitely have nice coverage. We made sure that we've blended all these panels out, or not blended them, but you know, put colour on all these panels. The only bits that I've blended is up through the pillar there. So I want to make sure that we got no mottliness or patchiness in our metallic, but it looks really good. And we blended it through the top of this guard here, so that looks really nice. And even just looking at our repairs, like that guard, you guys would have seen in other videos what it looked like before I repaired it, and you can't even tell that it's been repaired. Clear coat laid down nicely. Got a nice orange peel to it, which is what we want, because that's how the factory cars look when they paint them. So we've got a nice finish in this, and it's actually even come up really clean. I was hoping to get, you know, some bits of dust in it. I'm guessing we will find a couple here and there. Being a silver car, it is actually hard to spot those little bits of dust, but hopefully I'll be able to find a couple where I can show you how to rub them out and polish them. And then obviously we've got the other side of the car, which I painted the guard for, sill panel, bumper bar, blended in that side of the bonnet as well. Painted this front door. This front door was a different colour and blew it in. So we'll have a look at the metallic in that rear door. I've blown it in through sort of there. So I painted, I was blowing each coat further and further into this door, because that door was a different colour. And then my last coat, I really sort of drop coated all the metallic so it laid down nicely, and that looks really nice. There is a couple of little dents here and there in the job. Being a repairable write-off, I'm not too fussed about them. If there's a small dent like that, it doesn't matter. It's not like, you know, a car that the customer's going to complain about it. This is a car that I am going to put up for sale. If I was to repair that dent, I would have to paint this quarter panel, and it's just not the time or worth the time spending to fix every little dent on these jobs. So as long as they look nice, if there's a couple of dents here and there, no one's really going to matter. It's a car that someone's going to use as a daily, and you know, park it up in shopping centres and they'll probably just scratch it and whatnot. But try to make them look as good as possible without having to go over the top and spending too much time on them. So that's this car all painted finally. If you guys have got any questions, or if you know, I haven't explained anything properly, feel free to ask. I'm happy to, you know, look through all my comments and comment and reply back to people that do have any questions. a lot of people do work differently. This is how I do these techniques and how I work. There are people that do different things different ways. It's not the only way to do this sort of stuff. I'm not going to sit here and say this is how you have to do it, because it's not. There's other ways that people spray, other different techniques, other repair procedures that people tend to do. And this is how I've learned. This is how, you know, I feel comfortable doing this sort of stuff. It's fast, it's effective. I can smash these jobs out pretty quick, which is good. Turnaround is what makes businesses money. So as a business, I've done pretty well, I would think. And you know, my repairs and all that sort of stuff, when people look at them, people generally can really tell that these cars have been repaired, unless, you know, they ask or I tell them. So that's what you want when you do these sort of things, and especially being repair write-offs. The inspection place that you go to pass these through, they can be really picky as well. So you got to have these things done properly. If stuff looks dodgy, they're not going to pass the cars, so they have to look good, especially when people want to come buy them. They have to look good for people that want to buy them. Little scratches or dents here and there aren't too much to worry about. They are, you know, 15-year-old cars or so, so you got to expect that here and there. But I'm happy with his job. This has come out really good. I'm happy with all my repairs. Like I said, if you guys have got any questions, feel free to comment, and I'll get back to you guys. And yeah, if you guys are struggling with any mental health issues, make sure that you guys reach out to families or friends, or, you know, I'm always here. If someone wants to have a quick chat, inbox me. You can find me on Instagram. I do have an Instagram account. Mental Garage 23 is my Instagram name. Feel free to drop me any conversations that you guys want, and I'll get back to you guys. I really do appreciate you all watching. It means a lot to me, making these videos. I do put a lot of time and effort into actually doing these videos, so follow along, like, subscribe. It does help out, and it does encourage me to keep bringing content out. This car's almost done, so this is going to be almost finished doing these repair procedures and painting and all that on these sort of car, on this car here. But I've got plenty more cars that I can show you guys stuff on, and different techniques and stuff like that. So like I said, hope you have all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever. I'll see you guys on the next one.